Here we go, a little early though. Okay. Not perfect yet. Get the lighting right. Let's see here. And that, yeah, that's pretty cool. Not too shabby. Look at that. Pretty impressive. Yeah. All right. I don't know if I can hang it up somewhere though. Yeah. Well, I'll bring it back up a couple minutes. Yeah. I'll just bring it up every now and then. Yeah, this is from my brother. He gave me this. He was at a convention. Pretty cool. Aang in the Avatar state. All his glory. It's probably, I want to say, looks like in the finale, the 4-part finale. Yeah, pretty cool. Alrighty. Well, still a little early. I think was going to show up though. Didn't really publicize this though, but it's okay. Let's see here. Hello. Let's see. Yeah, okay. It's not too bad. Robot. The volume's pretty good here. I don't know. Let's hope it's pretty good here. 2 minutes in. Yeah, so I'll have to put it on here. See that. I don't know if that's clear or not. Let's see. Yeah. Well, I think that's it though. But yeah, all right. Yeah, this is like, I am new to this. This is not professional. This is not going to be perfect at all. So we'll see how this goes. There's a good chance I'm doing this now and no one can probably hear me. And there's a good chance that the volume is terrible. But we're going to find out. Hey, I'm willing to do this again anyway. So, right now 6:13 Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah. Closet again. Upset. There we go. Let's try it again. Aang. Yeah. So, yeah. All right. So, just get yeah. Oh, yeah. So, anyone listening out there or not, right now, I'm about to start the launch for Avatar, well, for the last Airbender movie. Right here. Yeah. 10th anniversary. The movie came out July 1st, 2010. And I'm going to do a rewatch. I'm like, yeah, let's check it out. It's been a while. I'm right now at the main menu right now, and I said music's pretty cool. Yeah, James Newton Howard, God bless him, what a genius, and did some pretty cool stuff. Did some amazing stuff, and it'll be interesting to rewatch this film. I know that this film has not been received very well at all, but I think there's some interesting things to look at in terms of the film in general. I think I think for me, first of all, I guess, all right, so anyone watching, last Airbender rewatch, 10 years later, and yeah, okay, so where we started, I want to Yeah, for me, the film, let's see. Oh, I remember hearing about this film years ago. I mean, I never heard some rumors about it. The TV show was a hit and all that. I didn't got into the show halfway through season one. He's watching your classic Nancy Classified School Survival Guide, Drake and Josh. So one of those shows were a hit. And Avatar came out, I was in love with it. All the animation and just the story, the humor, it was great. And I remember at the time they would release um, sections of the season in discs. So it's like like you'll have season one and disc one, season one, disc two, and they kept doing it. So I'll keep getting little DVDs, and it might have been after this episodes aired, or was it during production? I don't know, but it was really really cool, and just the show was amazing. And they announced the movie, and I remember Jesse McCartney was supposed to be Zuko. I was like, what? That's weird. Um, I didn't think much about it. Okay, whatever. Then I remember seeing Transformers 2. And then the trailer, one of the trailers popped up, and I was watching, oh, what is this? It's about this boy kind of bending, and then this really amazing voice narration, which honestly, whoever that guy, he should have been Zuko. They ended up getting, what was his name? John Noble, who was in, was it what? Fringe and Lord of the Rings. Yeah. Boromir and Faramir's father, John Noble. But yeah, it was great. And this guy doing a cool routine with the staff. I was like, okay, interesting. And then remember the teaser trailer, staff goes on the ground. The I was like, okay, well, it looks familiar. Kept going, wait, hold on a second. And you kept hearing the narration, wait a minute, it sounds like Avatar. All kills blow. I was like, whoa, this is Airbender, holy crap. But guys, I teaser trailer, if you remember that was cool. That was really cool. That was awesome. That was really cool. But so I remember the trailer. I think like everyone, the trailers look pretty awesome, and anticipation. I think this would have been a return to form in that Shyamalan, who I think his previous films didn't do it. Lady in the Water and The Happening didn't do very well. So this would have been like a big moment for him, of course, freak franchise. You kidding me? Yeah, I mean, it'd been perfect. It ended up not being that at all. So yeah. But okay, so yeah, anyone just coming in, if anyone's in at all, no worries. Yeah, so let's start this movie soon. But yeah, just okay, let's be honest here. I'm probably most people think I'm out of my freaking mind. Why would you even want to do this? There is no point. Sure. I think it's interesting for me looking back at this film. First of all, I love the TV show. And I'm sure that people out there like this movie. And yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But of course, watch the TV show. My goodness. What Bryan Canisco and Michael Dante DiMartino did is just unparalleled and genius and wonder. And funny fact, you're a Star Wars, a Clone Wars fan, which I love that show so much. There's a young man named Dave Filoni who worked on that show, and he wanted to be in charge of the Clone Wars TV show. So he worked on season one. That's pretty darn cool. So yeah, I'm going to share a couple of cool tidbits. Actually, over the years, I have took some notes about the movie, and in a way, this film is interesting because I learned a lot about sort of filmmaking in terms of lighting, editing, continuity, story, and sort of probably making process how that sometimes can get messed up during production or post production. And it's funny, I remember getting the Blu-ray, yeah, and after the movie came out and all through the fall, I was like, man, I should get on Blu-ray, see what it's all about, and watch behind the scenes. And I learned a lot of cool things. And it's funny in a weird way. It might sound like BS, whatever, but I think the more behind the scenes is actually pretty fascinating. It's actually not bad. There's some really cool moments in there, really cool moments. And I think it would have been interesting. I think they were trying to make a movie. I think somehow just got lost, but yeah, I think the point for me is just to look at this film and there's some good moments in there. Actually, shout out to CinemaWins. They did a wonderful job pointing out, hey, this movie it's a train wreck, but there's some good things. I will say, CinemaSins did a funny video on it, which not a fan of their channel, but that video was pretty funny. Honest Trailers did they pointed out some really good things, but I think for me, it's pointing out this film, and then I think M. Night Shyamalan has really turned a corner. It's been amazing watching him grow, and there are people out there who continue to hate M. Night Shyamalan. Yeah, I mean the show is so beloved, and to see this adaptation just not turn out well that sucks. That sucks, you know. Yeah, it really does. It stinks, you know. And well, you know, and yeah, this live stream's not perfect. Yeah, live looks horrible. So hey, um, but anyway, back to my point, and just pointing out sort of the filmmaking ain't perfect, especially we've seen later, and like you look at BVS and Justice League, Fantastic Four, you know, yeah, but yeah, some notes gonna point out actually there's a novelization of Airbender here somewhere. I'll probably show it to you later, but yeah, it was interesting. I got the novelization of Airbender. It's short. Then I realized there was so much stuff that was cut out. I'll post a link in this. I'll post a link in the description to a lot of these things I'm going to tell you. Yeah, and yeah, I don't. Most people say, "What's the point of doing this?" And yeah, interesting to point out sort of what could have been, and had it gone its way. But ultimately, you know, the show continues to be beloved. Avatar's on Netflix. Korra's on Netflix, and we're getting a live action adaptation again with Mike and Bryan in charge. So the guys who are in charge of doing the anime show, they're in charge of doing that live action Netflix, which is great. So we'll have more faithful representation of it, which is amazing. I think that's fantastic, and we'll get something that's definitely true to what it's supposed to be. But it's funny. I think you know you look at it in a weird way. There are people out there who've been introduced to the TV show from a movie. There are people out there who had never heard of this TV show at the time, 2010, saw the movie, and they're like, okay, interesting. Saw a TV show, there it goes. I mean, that's kind of a win. Seychelle Gabriel, who played Yue, she was on Korra. Yeah, played Asami. So that's a plus there. I mean, but still, I mean, that may not mean much to anybody, but I think it's interesting. Yeah, let's see. In terms of Nicola Peltz, she wanted to do Bates Motel. Dev Patel did Lion, Oscar-nominated actor, The Newsroom. Let's see. Jackson Rathbone did Twilight. I mean, that didn't go in, unfortunately, which that's a lie. That totally did. I think Noah Ringer. Oh boy, I think he did Cowboys and the Alien, which is a fantastic film. Underrated. Didn't do. I think he took a break from acting. But hey, you know, I'm sure he's kicking bone karate. Oh my goodness. But you know, yeah, I had a chance. If anyone out there, I don't know if these still exist. This is pretty fascinating. Most people won't care, but I think it's pretty interesting. But all right, okay, I'm going on too long. I should probably get started. But yeah, I want to just go through some cool, interesting tidbits about the film that should have been. This is the last Airbender live stream, 10th anniversary, and for me, I'm just doing it for me. I think this film is a train wreck. I believe it. At the same time, like Two-Face here, I kind of like it. But I love TV show so much. I think looking back, I think it's interesting. It's interesting seeing this film. Look forward to just document this film, diving into all the mistakes, all the good parts about it. Once again, check out CinemaWins YouTube channel video. I'm an Airbender. It's great. I love his YouTube videos so much. He's a God bless that guy. But yeah, he points out, hey, this movie ain't perfect, but there's some good things to like about it. But there's still a lot of mistakes to be made. There's so many made. We'll dive into it. I think I'm going to finish the video with just talking about sort of what does it all mean, you know, and why I did this. But it's interesting, you know. But yeah, should be interesting. So I'm ready to dive right in here. Yeah, I'm looking forward to diving into this. Got my notes here. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff to point out here. There's a lot. So there's a lot of stuff. So I'll try and get to all of them. All right, so I'm gonna get started here. I'm at the menu right now. I'll have to start. I got the DVD copy in there. So I'm gonna count down from 50. No, kidding. I'm gonna count down from. All right, so I'm gonna press play, and I'm gonna press play right now. All right, I press play now, and then. All right, I'm gonna go back to the beginning. All right, so I'm at pause. I'm at 1 second right now. 1 second. And I'm going to press play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, action. All right, here we go. Oh, I want to turn the volume down so I don't get demonetized. Not that I want it. Like, why would I want to monetize this though? Yeah, but still. Anyway, yeah. All right, so yeah, no need to monetize this. It's just for fun. All right, so we just hit the amazing logo, which is pretty fascinating. Really, really cool. The water droplet stars to the logo to the fire. Blinding Edge. Oof, James Newton Howard. God bless. That's a fantastic intro. Really, really cool. Wow, it's been so long since I've seen this. Oh my goodness. I will say though, that opening music's pretty cool though. Yeah. Now, one thing he did right, the intro looks pretty cool. I was like, oh wow, cool. The band looks pretty great though. I think it could have been definitely, but there's some good potential. What could have been though? Fire. That's some sick moves with the Airbender there. Now, okay, first mistake, narration. No reasons for it. Obviously, no reasons for it at all. In novelization, the intro that Qatar gives in the pilot episode of the anime show, pretty much the same. Pretty much the same. You can look up the last Airbender novelization on Wikipedia. I think it has a page and it'll tell you all the differences. But the intro is definitely different. But it's not really needed. I think it's not really needed at all. Not necessary. And I was trying to, I think you look at Avatar now, you look at Avatar is sort of a Star Wars cinematic feel to it, which I think, and I was trying to go for, but not needed. Book One Water, all right, opening up on, here we go, Qatar Airbender, remember the show? Yeah, that was pretty funny. Spending water hit Sokka, and Sokka's like, uh-oh. All right, I've never seen this one theater. This is pretty funny. But it's kind of weird that the water's dripping, hits him, and then he's already wet. Yeah, he's not that wet, which is kind of weird. Continuity. Osaka. Yeah, it's definitely a lot of jump cuts here. Yeah, you can tell that there was actually more. You can tell that there was more here. The scene that was supposed to be. Let's see here. Right now we're at tracking a tiger seal. And they're about to run into that moment where their lives will change forever. A lot of close-ups here. Probably not necessary at all. Yeah. Guitar spots something in the water. Ice. Sorry. Ice. This part's cool though. I'll say this much. They can't talk. Yeah. I remember they released a clip of this for the Kids Choice Awards. That was pretty cool. That's a pretty cool effect. Yeah. I felt like they were supposed to show more of that ice coming out. I think so. Yeah, that's funny. You shouldn't tell Guitar not to do something because she gonna do it. Sokka. Yeah, so the earlier shot, Sokka's kneeling down for the Tiger Seal, and that shot they're walking again. That's incomplete there, for sure. Yeah, okay, so notice how Zuko's here. Here's Zuko, Uncle, look, and that's it. It cuts to the invasion. There's supposed to be more stuff there, and novelization leading up to it. There's a shot in the trailer, I remember, where Zuko's putting on a helmet. So that's not in the movie. I think he was getting ready for the battle, just like the show. Oh, yeah, when we first see out, there's Appa. Kind of a shot where she sees Aang. Aang's exhausted. Yeah, that is incomplete. In novelization, yeah, there's supposed to be a little bit more stuff there. And here's the weird part. Novelization, it's not that long, but it has more than the movie does, which is weird. Not weird. I will say they got the costumes pretty good. Yeah, so I guess talk about casting, right? Aang. Looking at behind the scenes, how they cast Aang was pretty great. Did a wide search, and there's this young kid, No Ring, who's a expert in karate. He's a karate enthusiast. He's really, really good. So one of his instructors told his Noah and his mom, "Hey, your kids, your son's pretty cool. They're doing auditions for Avatar. You should do it." And I don't think Noah ever saw the shows before. So he went inside and then did an audition, and then I think he dressed up. He had the arrow on his head, and yeah, and impressed them. And it's funny. You look at Noah. He does kind of look like Ed. I mean, he has this playfulness and wit to him. I like how the arrow isn't just straight up blue. This tattoo. I thought was pretty cool at first. And the guitar is talking. And before it's shot, there's some people looking at Appa. That's incomplete. There's supposed to be more stuff here where they get to know each other. Notice how it takes notice how it takes a while for Aang to say his name. Yeah, it's way too long. They mentioned his name earlier. And then this isn't for novelization. This is where I get novelization. Oh yeah, novelization. I think they mentioned the necklace. So the necklace was supposed to be a part of the movie, which would have set up the fact that she loses it later. But we don't see that. Yeah, the whole necklace plot is cut out. There's a whole plot about it. Yeah. Yeah, I guess some of the dog here is just kind of basic here. Oh yes, the elderly part. Yeah, that was explained in novelization. Why that? Because in TV show they explained why. Because if you're a fan of the TV show, you know why Izuku's looking for elderly. I guess for anyone who doesn't know, the reason why Zuko's looking for elderly because the Avatar was supposedly killed 100 years ago, the 100-Year War, and they assume if the Avatar has been killed, if the Avatar is alive, Zuko assumes looking for an elderly person who would be hiding in plain sight. Dad Patel, Slumdog Millionaire. So he did the audition, and Anna looked at it, kind of passed over it, thought it was okay, and then Slumdog Millionaire came out. I'm like, wait a minute, bingo, this guy. There you go. Yeah, this movie came out 2010, so Slumdog Millionaire came out 08. So I think Airbender started production around 08, 09. So yeah, good time for Dad Patel. Well, I guess at the time it was great. Looking back, I'm sure I don't know what his feelings of the film are, but I'm sure it's different now. So I wonder if everyone can hear me. So find out. Guys, the costumes are pretty good though. Oh yeah, there's a scene in novelization where Aang is playing games with some kids. Yeah, which is like the show. He's getting to know the kids very well, and you tell he has a good impression on them. The kids love him in the show. I'm sure there's a cool moment with kids like Aang in the movie as well. Yeah, the scar here, it's not that visible. I think it would have been maybe. I think probably could have done a better job making that scar more visible, but you can tell it's more like a swelling, you know. Yeah, so it seems very rushed. Yeah, very, very rushed. That was way too close. If looking at, there was a couple of TV spots, and there's a lot of interesting dialogue that was cut out from here. Oh yeah, it's a cool moment where they're talking about going after Aang. There's a moment where Katara says his bison thing floats. Hold on, yeah, kind of right now. It's very cute. Off of playing with the kids, very cute moment. I love that. That's pretty cool. The question is though, how did Katara know that was a bison? Because they're Katara's from Southern Wild tribe. She's never been outside once. How did she know that's a bison? That's a little weird. Which means there was something previously that would explain that. Oh, coming up on the great Sean 2 from Crash and Iron Man 1 as the ensign. He was great. This is pretty cool though. I do like this test. This is pretty fascinating because in the show, basically looking for an elderly man. Anyone who, and you know that anyone who's an airbender realized, oh yeah, he has to be the one who survived because all the airbenders were supposedly killed off. They were. But it's pretty cool to do this test though. That's pretty cool. The interesting where they place the 4 elements and it reacts to them. I think that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, Grand. Um, this scene is different. In novelization, they here we're talking about destiny and the spirits, which is fine. But in the behind the scenes, there's a little video they show of the actress that plays her. Oh, funny enough, she's married to the guy who was in Scrubs, Bob Kelso, Ken Jenkins. So, which is pretty cool. I think her name's Catherine Hooten, I think. But yeah, fun fact. Yeah, so on the show, Gurenge knows that the little boy's the avatar. That part's great, but they talk about the spirit world, which is fun. I think in the show and the little interview, the clip and behind the scenes, they were talking about pretty much the idea of this boy, what this boy means to her, the kid, and the world. And knowing that, you're going to go on this great journey. This boy is meant to be in your life. You need to guide him to greatness, which is, I think, because what's the show talked about. Because our grand's resilient at first, reluctant to trust this boy. And she realized, oh, yeah, this is a moment in history for the entire world for these kids. So I think that's what Naturals was talking about that, and I think that's what it's an novelization as well. But I think the scene sort of falls short of that. Oh, there's a shot, and I think one of the trailers where Qatar and Soccer holding some bags, some supplies, not in the movie. Yeah, so I'm gonna post some links and this over about some interesting videos, some interviews with some people just about the reactions to Airbender, post Airbender as well. Yeah. Oh, here comes the test. So yeah, there's a wonderful YouTube channel called Just Right. They talk about the last Airbender and some of the production issues that happened. That sort of allowed the movie to sort of lose its creative integrity big time. Dev Patel does the Hollywood Reporter interview. This is when he's promoting Lion, and he doesn't mention Airbender, but when he talks about it, you can tell that, yeah, it's Airbender. Well, it's pretty cool. The water there changes. That's pretty cool. Aasif Mandvi, who played Zhao, he did a Schmoes No interview. If you know any Collider fans, know that. He does an interview where he talks about it, and at the very end, it's a good interview toward the very end. I'll mention the timestamp. And he talks about Airbender in a way, and just sort of what happened with that. Mike and Bryan, Mike and Bryan, the Crazy Avatar, did a panel, did a podcast. Nerdist Writers, apparently they're no longer around, but I think you can find the archive audio. And I think I can put the time about an hour. They talk about the Airbender and sort of the creative train wreck that happened. Yeah, and I'll post a video of the last Airbender special edition, which talks about everything that was cut out. And if you have the chance, get the novelization. Not that many people will, but if you look, I think you don't have to get it, but I think look at it online. The last Airbender novelization talks about everything that was cut out. It's very interesting. Oh yeah, this part was extended because the scene in the outtakes where Dev's mentioning Zuko's mentioned something about you can't escape. This part's cool. Okay, so look carefully here. He's about to escape. He has no staff. This is pretty cool. Cool airbending move. Boom. Psych. And next shot here coming up. His staff. Magic. Yeah, how to get it back. Literally in one line analyzation, he sees the staff and gets it. So. That's pretty cool, though. This is pretty cool, though. And James Newton Howard kills it again, crushes it again. I feel like I had plenty of time to shoot him down, though. But I guess in a way, in awe of like, holy crap, well, I guess he is the Avatar, you know? Yeah, there's some couple of TV spots where they mention Sokka says, you can bend air. So. Oh, and coming up, there was an excellent moment in the final Japanese trailer where for Destiny's Zuko Iroh said something really, really cool. Man, what was it? But yeah, I'll go back to it. But yeah, that Aqua flight that's cut out. You can tell it was some. You can tell there was someone cut out there with that fade out. And I think the narration is supposed to sort of, play catch up. This scene was extended here in novelization with TARDIS being wonder of this place. Yeah, this stream is very unorganized, but whatever. Yeah, it was some cool behind the scenes artwork about Airbender, but there's supposed to be more. I think there's called the Bison Landing, which will explain more about who Aang is. Momo. Momo wasn't done. His Momo was pretty cute. I think they did a good job with Momo. Yeah, Momo was not in the movie that much. He's kind of just there. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I think he was part. Yeah, you don't really see. He's just kind of there. I don't really. He's along for the ride. Oh boy, this part. Moment of reckoning for Aang. And a close up. Yeah, I think yes, I remember now. When Zuko and Iroh were talking about the Avatar after he escapes, I had him for generations. People have been searching for him, and the way he says in the trailer was really, really good. Oh yeah, the Japanese trailer, really, really, yeah, it's a really good trailer. Yeah, the trailer's really just, I think, set up what this movie could have been. Oh, Macchiato, okay, played by Damon Gupton, who was in Black Lightning and Criminal Minds. Yeah, funny how I got a black guy to play an Asian man. Yeah, yeah. But you do see sincerity with Macchiato, but yeah, there's a lot of miscasting here, which I'll talk about later. Actually, right now. And it's funny, I think at the time I was okay with the casting because, you have 4 different nations. Cultures, what's the best way to describe that in real life? 4 different races. I think in the movie, Earthbenders are Asian, and there's one shot where there's some African Americans. Water Nation is Caucasian. Middle Airbenders are mixed, and Firebenders are Middle Eastern, Indian. Yeah, so that was, I think, a good effort. But I think you look at Avatar, I can tell that Mike and Bryan continually talk about the Asian influences in this show. And I think having an all Asian cast for this movie would have been groundbreaking. How I understood what I was trying to go for, and now I was like, oh yeah, I definitely agree with people who is whitewashed. Or on Roku. Well, yeah. So anyway, going back to the original point, after this Black Panther and Crazy Rich Asian, we're seeing, oh, this could be something really special. Okay, so this point right here, notice how Aang is still looking at the dragon in wonder. There's more dialogue there. Yeah, because why would he start here and then be shocked even more? So there's some more dialogue that was cut out in novelization. Uh, Interesting they made Roku a dragon because Roku's pet guide, animal guide, is a dragon. Can't combine too, but he's a kind of guy in the outfit to do that. Yeah, I would have. That was. I understand what you're trying to go for, but yeah, what you should have done was got an actor dressed up like Roku and do the actor who played the voice of Roku to do that. Would have been sick. That's what I would have done. Ah, yes, Zhao. Aasif Mandvi, great actor who's the Daily Show correspondent and Spider-Man 2, Mr. Aziz. Oh yeah, there was a shot behind the scenes where Aang comes out of the Avatar state the first time after knowing his family was killed, and Qatar comforts her. It's a beautiful shot where he opens his eyes close up and it cuts away, which was that was a really cool moment, but I think it was missed out because there was definitely more stuff there. Oh, cutting later, when we first see Ozai, Zhao says he missed his chance. How did he know he missed his chance? Novelization explains that. Yeah. Because at this scene, he knows that, yeah, guess what? He's a failure, an outcast. You don't have the avatar. Then cuts to later, like, how would Zhao know he missed it? Uh-oh. For the most part, despite the whitewashing for the most part, I think the actors were cast mostly pretty well, for the most part. But could have been done better. You know, the part where you see a picture of his family, Azul included, and he's fighting. Yeah, the idea of making fire instead of making the firebenders OP, they can create fire out of nothing. Fire source, which Looking back, yeah. Well, the mispronunciation of the names, that wasn't a good choice. It's weird. Soka, yeah. I was like, okay, nah, it's not good. Yeah, yeah. I heard drinking tea. You got that right. Oh, I think in novelization, there's I think some extra dialogue about Aang's backstory about being reborn. I think it's somewhere in there. This part's pretty cool. Cool as being the one moment where Guitar tries to bend water, backfires. Guitar. Oh yeah, there was a shot in the trailer where Katara and Sokka are holding lanterns in the beginning, which to symbolize the beginning of the intro of the show. That was cut out. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a shot right here when they're being taken prisoners, and this one guy is he's riding a cart. You listen carefully, you hear a sound, which is Momo. Guy looks up. Why would a guy look up? Nothing. I think here that was supposed to be Momo. Looks like they cut the budget down. All right, weird nerd moment. The boy's father, Earthman, I think he was in Glee. He played Kevin Shum Jr.'s dad in Glee. I think. Yeah, that's all I know. That I like Glee. We'll say costume designs are pretty good. They did a pretty job with that. Of course, this is sort of an homage to that Earth-bending prison episode. It's instead of a ship was on land. It's pretty good. I mean, it's okay, I guess, for the most part. All right, so anyone joining in, if anyone joining in, the last Airbender live stream 10th anniversary watch event. We're on the scene where Aang is, well, technically it's sort of Katara doing this, rising up, telling the earthbending people to rise up, take back. Yeah, that was kind of basic, just kind of bland. It's just kind of like, it's funny, Katara and Sokka look very surprised, which is like, yeah, I think they should have established that way earlier, like at the beginning of the movie. I will say the Airbender look, this fight scenes are actually kind of nice. There's some good moments, except for this one moment coming up, which was like, I was watching, I was like, okay, music, yeah, music is great. And then, oh, okay, yeah. That's pretty funny. Everybody can help us now? That's funny. It's weird how it takes a while for the fire, because the firemen are doing these cool moves, but it takes a while for the fire to go out, which is kind of weird. Yeah, Bang just the reaction time is very slow. So music's coming up. It's great. Okay. That's cool. Okay. So you have right here. This is just unfortunate. You have like what, 5 guys doing these cool moves, nothing happens. That's unfortunate. Yep, the effects budget was cut for sure. Okay, I like this moment where he throws Sokka throws a boomerang. That's pretty cool. Yeah, throws it, hits a guy, Thor style. That was pretty cool. All right, there's a lot of cuts here, so there's a lot more stuff. I think this happens later. I think, because this montage, that wasn't supposed to happen. Yeah. Yeah, that was supposed to happen. Yeah, the montage of them going to Earth, yeah, that was different. I think this happens earlier than expected. Yeah. In novelization, yeah. So I will say Water Bending Scroll is pretty sick. I mean, in the show, it was stolen by pirates, so I mean, it makes sense that I guess it makes sense the Fire Nation would take any relics. Yeah, Avatar Kyoshi, that's pretty cool. Nice touch there. Could you like playing games? I don't think so. He's in the back, so I don't think she played games. She was pretty hardcore. Yeah, I don't think Chin the Conqueror would agree at all. Well, yeah, that close up, not necessary. Yeah, it's like way too close. Yeah, now we can explain that better about Aang's role as the Avatar. Yeah. That's close. It was not necessarily close. It was not that good. Oh, yeah, by the way, Qatar's Necklace is missing. If anyone was interested. Yeah. Yep, no one mentioned it. Why would he say, should we try it? That makes no sense. Like, yeah. I mean, it's kind of obvious you have to. Yeah, a lot of jump cuts here. Yeah. Yeah, there's a subplot where they save this village and there's a celebration. There's a lead scene, and that's pretty cool. And Aang tries to talk to this shaman woman and he's able to contact Roku, which is pretty cool. It's an odd, funny scene, though. The one that plays is pretty funny. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a shot here with Zuko. You see that Zuko? There's a behind the shot where Zuko Aro is dancing with some villagers. I think was interesting. So I can tell that, yeah, Zuko is on a search and he finds Katara's necklace. Yeah, that's cut. This shot come up here. Obviously in the show, when you're practicing bending, you see bending. There's no bending here. I think there was one shot, I think, a picture where his guitar is bending water, and there's supposed to be water there. There's a shot with her bending water. Because why do you want to bend? How can you bend if you can't see what you're doing if it's working? Effects budget. Yeah, I'm guessing the narrator, anytime guitar narrates, it was filled in with dialogue. It was cut down to it. That's a cool war table. I like that. I will say the props are pretty impressive. They're pretty cool. Not too bad. Oh, who plays Ozai? Goodness. Oh, I forgot his name. Oh, he escapes me so much. I'm gonna look it up. Yeah, he was in good. He was in the movie with he's in The Walking Dead. Um, let's see here. I'm gonna search it right now. He was in a movie called Push with Chris Evans. Let's see here. Cliff Curtis. Yes. From New Zealand. Yeah, Fear the Walking Dead, Training Day, Live Free, Die Hard. Oh, it's gonna be Avatar 2 and 3. Oh, he wasn't in Fast and Furious. Hobbs and Shaw, that's right. And the Meg. He's done a lot of good stuff. Body of Proof, not bad. I think interesting they made Ja more central figure in this movie. That was pretty cool. Not central, but yeah. Oh, forgot. Okay, so there is a moment where in the earthbending fight scene, Sokka takes off a boomerang off the firebending soldier, which I'm assuming when he got captured. There's a shot in the behind the scenes where Katara and Sokka are talking while being captured. I'm guessing the firebenders took Sokka's boomerang. Yeah, and when they're fighting, he kicks someone and takes the boomerang off him and takes it back. So, yeah, this part's interesting. I like the scene though because Sokka's and you can tell Iroh's just like, look, Zuko, you can live life, and then he's taunting him. He's pretty much saying, "Oh, really, really, Iroh, you think I should relax?" So he gets this young boy and tells him why, what happened, acting kids, acting Kai, and the scene you tell he basically can tell Zuko's really pissed. He's like, "Uncle, don't tell me what I should not do. I will not rest until the Avatar is found." You can tell that sort of this weighs on it heavily. And there was a last Airbender prequel novel. It's a graphic novel. Did a really good job about explaining just the pain he goes through. Like, yeah, this is the shame. He's hurting. He's just in terrible pain. He's just angry. Like, it's embarrassing. The worst moment in his life. And I was like, you can tell that there's a lot of imbalance in Zuko's life, and it definitely does a good job here. Just saying that, hey, I'm doing whatever it takes to get him back. Nothing else matters at this point. So. Lighting is a little bit off. Ooh, close-ups, close-ups, close-ups. Sokka, you see more of he started rebelling. That's kind of the point, isn't it? And why do you want to talk him out of it? You should talk to him yourself. Appa's design was not bad. The arrow was a little bit off, though, kind of scrunched in. Yeah. The lighting here is kind of off. Very off. Yeah, we're at the scene where Aang is trying to waterbend. And obviously he's feeling some emotional weight of this trying to waterbending. It is kind of rushed though. It's not kind of, it is rushed but I like this idea of sort of him having a hard time trying to then because he's having trouble letting go. He's having trouble letting go. I think this movie does okay, sort of setting up it, and he's just trying to, in order to, and he's reluctant to try and find out. In a way, I can't tell. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I think the idea is learning to sort of accept the fact that he is the Avatar and letting go. I think The Storm touches upon this greatly, but I think they don't really explain it that much. Well, here in the movie, nice shot of Appa, and foreshadowing because their temple doesn't have any bridges. Yeah, so you can tell. Someone's here. Appa looks very rugged, though. His face looks very rugged. This guy here, I think, was supposed to be what's the guy's name? Shai, one of the fire bending sages. I think it was supposed to be sort of a nod to that. Yeah, it looks like he's wearing red. I think to symbolize that's foreshadowing too, because he's a traitor. I like this scene though. It was pretty cool. Yeah, this is actually supposed to be in the Southern Air Temple. This show, but it's cool that they made it in here. But yeah, this shot here is pretty cool. Basically, the first two rows are real, rest is CGI. Once again, the score here is fantastic. Absolutely amazing. All right, so we're about an hour into the stream already, but I think we're at 41 minutes in. Okay. I haven't seen this film in a long time. I'm sure many people haven't seen this film in a long time for a good reason. There's a scene in Avatar, the Earthbending Prison, where a Earth villager rats out Avatar to, no, rats out, what's the dude's name in the Haru? Yeah, rats out Haru to the Fire Nation. Yeah, because you could assume the fact that a lot of people believed the Avatar was his figure of hope, and he was gone, so he lost hope. So they're willing to, hey, stay on the winning side. Oh yeah, the spirit. Yeah, I think they mentioned what was it? The Ozai's Sozin's Comet is mentioned in this movie in novelization. They mentioned Sozin's Comet. Yeah. Just like the show. Oh, what was the episode? The Storm, not the Storm. That was an awesome episode where Guitar, Guitar and Sokka are sick, and then Aang goes out to find the tree frogs, and yeah, he goes on an adventure, gets captured, and then he needs to go team up. Cutting later, there is a scene where Zhao is talking to his firebending soldiers here, and they're all in like cheering mode. It was a speech. You notice how the speech is said off screen. I think they were supposed to show the entire thing, which would have been cool. Yeah, Blue Spur didn't have any hair, just a mask. Yeah. Yeah, the twin swords are right, so that's pretty cool. Boo. Oh yeah, how did Zuko know where to find it? How did Zuko know where Aang was hiding out? Yeah, it just magically appeared. Yeah, how do they know? That's a little strange. Yeah, super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Screen rant humor. Uh-oh. You saw in trouble. This sequence is pretty cool. Not too bad. They did way too long to they did way too long to attack though. Yeah, a little bit too long. Like just I do like the idea that he's in the this airbending training area, and he's sort of in there playing games, so he has control over it. I think the movement of the bending is pretty great, but in terms of the execution, that takes way too long. But the fact that he's in this arena, you're in my house now, and just sort of takes him out, which is pretty cool. Got a hand to Noah though, and his amazing staff abilities. It's really cool that they got hired someone to actually knows these moves, martial arts to do it. So, like Ray Park and Darth Maul. You feel like more firebenders here. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of weird how he's in the training field and you cut straight to him in the post. Hey, got the ski ball. Episode 103? Avatar 102? 103, yeah. This is pretty cool, though. All one shot, yeah. I think it's a behind the scenes video of this was originally supposed, there's some previous early stuff about they're playing on these little shells, and Angle's gonna bend air to him and would just shoot out air in all directions, which would have been really, really cool. An air gun just kind of pew. Okay, interesting here. All right, so in the show, Zhao finds out that Zuko is the blue spirit because he sees the swords, the same swords he saw earlier in the show. But in here, you can tell that he knows it's Zuko because think about it, who would be crazy enough to jump into Fire Nation territory and kidnap the Avatar? Who's dumb enough, crazy enough to do that? Zuko. Because not anyone's just gonna steal the avatar. He knows. I gotta say, excellent shot, Hawkeye, or Legolas, or Queen. In the show, there's these Yin Yang archers are really good shots, and that's a pretty good shot. Plot twist? It's not a plot twist. Nah. That's pretty cool. The fall cover, that was pretty cool. Yeah, there's no behind the scenes where after Aang saves Zuko in the forest, and there's a moment in behind the scenes where Zuko shoots fire up, which I think would have been homage to the scene where Zuko and Aang have a moment after the fact. Sort of this moment of like, hey, we could be friends, you know. Yeah, last Airbender novelization, look it up Wikipedia. It's crazy how much that was cut out. It's wild. Well, not wild, you know. You don't see Guitar and Hang for half the movie. And, yeah. It's funny. Also, we don't see Ozai's face. There were some extra still shot pictures of Ozai talking with Zhao, I think, setting up the fact that, oh yeah, Ozai wanted his son dead. Yeah, it was Ozai's idea to kill off Zuko. Yeah, it would explain that. Yeah, also yeah, this voiceover in the background. Yeah, I think there's more dialogue in person we would have seen, but they cut it out in order to they call the rush plot device in their voiceover. Uh-oh. Better run. Oh, there's a whole extended sequence of them finding the you notice how he just no, there's no scene with Aang reuniting with the kids. And you'll see Katara's necklace back on her necklace neck soon. There was a scene where he returned it to her. There was a whole thing where Katara Aang gives the necklace back to um Aang gives the necklace back to Katara, and there's a scene where it's a missing shot behind the scenes where they're hugging. Yeah, so that whole necklace part was cut out. And notice how there's some voiceover of Zhao telling Ozai what's going on. I'm guessing that was all separate, not squished together. Yeah. This is done pretty well. This is pretty cool. And of course, James Newton Howard. Probably for me, the best part about this movie, the score for sure. Oh yeah, there's behind the scenes stuff where this whole thing was extended. Yeah, we're gonna see a lot more of the Northern Water Tribe, and the camera's gonna go up and we're gonna see everything. So yeah, this stuff was shot in a parking lot, actually, open parking lot, which is pretty fun, pretty interesting. Oh, there's Momo, who's just kind of there. No, what's that up there? I will say the music's pretty great. Costumes are pretty great. And of course, there comes a narration, which was not needed, of course. Or coming up on the there's UA, and the camera zooms in though, and you look carefully, you see Katara talking. So now, see, I think the narration all separate from what was supposed to the dialogue. And of course, the beautiful UA played by Seychelle Gabriel, who was Asami Korra and Falling Skies and Weeds. Yeah. So funny for Seychelle. I'm sure it sucks Avatar didn't work out, but hey, she got to be in Korra because of Avatar. So I mean, there you go. Weird. See, and, okay, the movements is pretty cool, but at the same time, it's like the bending just takes too long. It's like I'm gonna do this cool routine. Usually, when the show bending happens like that, bend, boom. Yeah, narration, yeah, not needed. Oh yeah, Paku's name is never mentioned in this movie ever, not once. I mean, once in the deleted scene, that's it. So that's. Oh yeah, the Kyoshi Warriors. They were in this movie. Yeah, they were. That was cut out. Normalization. There's a picture from the last Airbender potential special edition video where this one guy just talks about everything that was cut out. And there's a special on Nickelodeon called The Last Airbender Reveal. They show so Kyoshi Warriors were in this movie, which sucks. I will say it's kind of interesting job Ozai plays a more role here. Because in the show, he's the one, he's just sort of this, he's mentioned. You see him in the flashbacks, but that's it. But the movie, I think it's cool. They sort of, he's being involved in the taking over the world. I mean, I'm sure that Ja reported back to Ozai in the show. This fight scene was cut. Yeah. There's a lot, yeah, some stuff that was cut here. I think there's a jump cut here. I'm trying to figure out where it is. That's cool. They pulls the snow out and turns to water. That was pretty cool. I will say it's cool that 3 balls of water and then just sort of like just that's pretty cool. Just kind of like swishes it away into nothing. That's pretty cool. Ang, it's Ang, not off. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, he's pretty powerful, Baku. Oh, they're getting close. You already seen where Foundation Army on the way to the North Water Tribe, and Zhao's talking with Iroh. Close up. Nah. Yeah, the UA saga thing was very, very rushed. Because it is pretty quick, though. But I will say, it seems kind of nice. It's kind of cute. It's like just sort of them flirting way too close, though. But I think it's kind of sweet. Seychelles is very beautiful now. I'll say that. I think there was some stuff in Novelization. They spend a little more time together, I think. Yeah. But it's kind of quick, though, because after that, the invasion happens. Then, oh, yeah, by the way, I have this destiny. Okay, I'll miss you. Kiss. That's it. So, I mean, yeah. It's fine. This movie is an hour 43 minutes. Before credits, an hour 33. I think the runtime was originally 2 hours 15 minutes. I think so. A lot longer. Oh yeah, imitation. Yes. Early on in the scene, the warship, Zuko, Iroh, and Zhao are talking about um, on the way to the Water Tribe. He says, "Thank you for the invitation. One invitation." Oh, this scene is just it's so incomplete. Because notice how they do this wonderful bending in unison. Camera pans around, but no bending. It would have been so much better with the bending. Oh, it would have been a great moment. It's just it would have been perfect. But yeah, no bending. They cut this budget big time. I think ultimately, what do I think? I think they, yeah, since I think apparently what happened was I think the movie wanted to make the movie too long because it's a kids movie. It's far from that. It's more a kids movie. It's funny looking back now. Half all the big budget films are 2 hours long now, and they make tons of money. This is like 2010, so before the whole MCU craze. So cutting it down, I think cutting it down made things more rushed and complete. And they want to convert to 3D, which allowed other things have to go to the wayside. But yeah, unfortunately. I see movie in 3D. I don't think I did, but it wouldn't have. I think some scenes would have been great in 3D, but I think trying to make it more accessible proved to be a big letdown. Trying to make it 3D and cutting the movie down, no. By doing that, you take out so much what has made this movie great or good enough. Following Sut from the show, of course. I gotta say though, I mean, when you think about it, if you've never seen the TV show ever and saw this movie, you might think it's some people might some but they hated this movie and never seen the TV show. But I think for some people, this movie would probably have been decent enough. At least piqued your interest to watch the show, hopefully. Hyro cares. Oh, there's a cool moment coming up here. There are tiger seals in Avatar, the universe. So there's a cool moment where he dives in, and if you listen carefully, you hear a tiger seal, and Zuko's going to turn around and look back. So he hears a sound where it sounds like a tiger seal, and he looks back. I guess there's supposed to be a tiger seal there. Because Archie swim and look back for no reason whatsoever. So this part's cool. Blowing in the water. Actually, it's behind the scenes moment where we actually see Zuko literally get out of the ice. We see his body fully crawl out of it, which would have been interesting. I think there's a lot of moments that could have added more to it, but and it cuts off right here. Oh, there's a shot in the trailer where Yui's talking about save our world. Yeah, not in this movie. And it's funny looking back, there's a lot of cool moments in the trailers and TV spots we don't see. So honestly, if the movie had been, if everything had been restored, would it have made a difference? A slight difference, not a big one though. Ultimately, I think the just sort of the faithful representation in terms of casting, I think, was the big deciding factor. The Momo trying to eat the fish, that's funny, which happens in the show as well. Oh, close up. Yeah, so the show, Aang does this to try and find a secret of the ocean and moon spirits in order to defend this place. And I think in this movie, in the movie here, it's more of just getting advice from Roku, essentially, to fight. Be brave. Aang, not on. Ooh, that's a good moment right there. Uh-oh. Yeah, I still think the firebank sourcing wasn't a good idea. Yeah, it wasn't. That's cool. All right. That's pretty cool. Yeah, this bending could have been. It's very slowed down. Would have been a lot better if it was that fight scene in this. Yeah, it's funny how. Oh yeah, the animation shows the fight scenes are just way more choreographed, very high speed, epic. This is very very slow. Like yeah, that could have been a lot better, but Oh, here goes one close up. It's interesting. Looking at behind the scenes here, Andrew Lesney, famous cinematographer, passed away. May rest in peace. Working this film, he did Lord of the Rings. You have Frank Marshall, Kathleen Kennedy, two big producers. Frank Marshall, Jurassic Park, Kathleen Kennedy, Indiana Jones, Lucasfilm CEO. You had Jason Howard did so many great scores. Philip Messma did The Hunger Games, and Juliana Makoski did X-Men Hunger Games as well. So I think the stunt people worked on James Bond, I think. So A lot of interesting talent on this film here. Yeah. But it's funny watching my. I think you probably find out behind the scenes online somewhere. Probably behind the scenes online. But yeah, it's funny you watch behind the scenes and you just ignore the movie. I think weirdly enough, I think there was a good movie here somewhere, somewhat. But yeah, just didn't happen. But we're getting Netflix live action, so it's all good now. And also, I think what's interesting is that the show is beloved so much. The animes, the fact it's on Netflix now. There's a couple anniversary stuff they did. The show still has impact. The comics, it's growing, growing, growing. And every time you're on Twitter, everyone's raving about, which is great. The show's 15 years old. Crazy enough, insane. Oh, here's the invasion. All right, we're on half already. Wow, and we are in an hour 11 minutes. Oh, there's Appa in the background. I think there's a scene where Appa is with Yue and Sokka are flying above. Yue, Sokka, on Appa flying over the city, and they're seeing all this. Would have given more interaction with the two of them. I will say though, I think what's interesting about this arc here is in the show, Aang is moment is an episode in the show where Aang has nightmares, recurring nightmares. And he addressed the fact that, hey, he blames himself for the loss of his family. And Katara helps him figure out, hey, it wasn't your fault. And he learns to let go. By the time season 1 ends, he's by far learning to let that part of his life go, that pain. And he's able to do this amazing, cool water spirit action set piece. I think over this film, I think the idea of being the Avatar is learning to let go. Show them the power of water. Just like the show, except instead of water nation room, they're in icy oasis. Oh, there's some extra footage here. There was a extra behind the scenes that wasn't on the Blu-ray. It was about this fight scene, and there was a really cool moment. There's a really cool moment fight scene they cut out, which was a bummer. Yeah. About a note. Oh, okay. So behind the scenes, they spent 20 minutes doing this Paku fight. It's so amazing. They cut it out. They cut so much of it out. There was so much more stuff that was being done here. It was disappointing. I think this fight scene is 20 seconds? It was supposed to be a lot longer. It is such a shame because you watch behind the scenes, everyone's collaborating and getting stuff done. It's like, oh man, they cut it out. Oh, it's disappointing. Yeah. Smart Ang. That's pretty cool. Ang, sneaky one. Light as a feather. This would have been cool with Bendy in there. True. Would have been a lot better. That's cool. Way better with Bendy now. That's perfect timing. Guitar thing at the right moment. Okay, see, this is a good example of potential good bending right here. Oh, guitar gets the upper hand. That's good, girl. I really hope this volume's pretty good. Awkward if it isn't. Sunrise. Very good, Ang, taking the high ground. The Jedi way. Okay, that was weird. Oh, Ang's Appa. Seems like a fleet. Yeah, I feel like Appa and Mo were just shoehorn in there. Yeah, they're just kind of there. Hey, they're in the movie. This is a cool moment, though. Yeah, this part was extended in the novelization. That's cool. This part. Yeah, these are at the part where Zhao and Iroh are at the Oasis confronting the ocean spirits. And he gonna do the unthinkable. Don't do it, Zhao. He gonna do it. I think in this show, when the fish is taken out, the benders lose their power. I think is how it worked. Was it afterwards? That's pretty cool. I will say that. Angel of Fire, which is what should happen. Yeah, not a good creative choice, M. Night. Sorry, dude. There's a couple of scenes I think where after UA's end, there's a conversation between Aang, Sokka, and Tara about so what's next up. I think that would have been really cool. I like that idea. Show them the power of water. I'll mention that later. This score by James Newton Howard is just if anything, guys, get the soundtrack. Last Arena soundtrack, James Newton Howard is really, really good. Actually, weird nerd moment. I played the track, the prologue. I have a novelization. I read the entire intro. The intro is in the novelization, and I read it, and it times just right to I think one of the tracks, the prologue track. It's very interesting. And one of the tracks, I think it's the Northern Air Temple. It's a very long suite, and there's some cool moments. And I think the last couple of seconds of that track, I think so you sort of emotionally feel that the Southern Air Temple stuff should have been extended. There's a beautiful moment at the end of one of the episodes where Aang flies away from the Southern Air Temple for the last time. I think we would have seen a version of that based on the score. I think changing how it really illustrates the movie, what could have been the movie really well. But the soundtrack's worth getting for sure. Yeah. Oof, close up. I mean, it's a nice scene. I like it. Oh, some jump cut there. I will say it's very nice. I thought it was very powerful, and at the time, I think I like this moment where her life, that was well done. The life flowing from her hair, and this white mist flowing back into the fish. That was a cool moment. I like that. Right now, powerful. Ooh, I got chills there. All right, this moment here where a guy punches put in the face. Okay, this moment where we're staring, that's pretty cool. Everyone's like, Moon's back. But this moment here, what should have happened, they should have done a scene where a person watches Benning is bending back and then, ooh, Zhao, you in trouble, man. You in trouble. Come on now. Oh, score. Oh my gosh, score. And I had to Sean too, but I liked him as Arrow, man. There's a sincerity about him and kindness, I think. Even this show, it's like you watch Arrow, it's like he's part of the Fire Nation, but it's like he's a funny dude. Well, why is he part of the Fire Nation again? And you learn so much more about him. And he's one of my favorite characters too. Ooh, Zhao, you lost, man. I will say though, in the show, his demise was pretty epic, but the movie, how they did him here, whew, that's hardcore. I'm like, wow. That's the water nation. Like, yeah, don't mess with us. You screw with us, you're done. That's a terrible way to go out. Not terrible. It's epic, but like, no one should go out that way. But Zhao did some pretty messed up things, so in show. That's badass. All right, go Zhao. I mean, Arrow. Ooh, they ain't flinching. This part here is interesting. I mean, yeah, I think there's some moment. This is one moment where it's like the bending is so well done. Yeah. Ugh, the bending could have been so much better. I think it was just, ugh. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, I mean, I think the visuals for the bending look great. It's just the execution was just not great. Yeah, it could have been done a lot better. And there are moments where, oh yeah, I think it reached half its potential, but not half its potential, but not fully. You know. All right, probably one of the best parts of the movie. This is pretty sick. The one shot. That is pretty awesome. There you go. Boom, man, just crushing it. Boom, 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 boom. You see, there you go. That's what it could have been if every single bending sequence was like that. Boom, boom, boom. Because a lot of bending is just this 20-minute secret of movement, and then after that, yeah. He's going up the stairs. He should have done a where he jumps up, shoots arrow, throws someone off the stairs. That would have been a cool moment. I think this scene here is pretty great, showing the power of water. Because in the show, Aang does this cool, epic, violent move with this water nation spirit, which is cool. Because at that time, it's just more defense. You've heard us word, get out of here. But I think in the movie, I think it was really cool how he showed. Oh, this flashback's pretty cool. That's funny. That's like the airbending with the leaf. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I like this scene. I think it's probably one of the best moments in the movie. I think this idea of learning to let go, saying, at a young age, this destiny thrust upon him, and Aang's not ready, and him running away. It's fun. I thought for years of the actor play Gato was Indian. No, he's black. African American. Great actor though. Yeah. And flash forward to now, I'm accepting the role that I am the Avatar, and this showing the power of this grandiose, biblical, epic way of war is saying, "I'm the Avatar. I'm here to stay. I'm here to defend." And the show knows that the War Nation never gets attacked again, ever. Because come on, they know that. Because if they try to, even if they try to attack the War Nation again, they're gonna lose. Yeah, every time. It'll be faster, further, better than before. Unless Aang failed on Susan Comet, that would have been way worse. The place would have melted in seconds. But here, oh, this grandiose wave of water is beautiful. and grandiose thing. And I think it's more of a defense, not for attack. I think. But like I said, James Newton Howard, the score is perfection, perfection. Oh, there's a quick shot here where Zuko and Iroh on a boat, and they can see that from afar. Coming up. Oh, there's Paku again. It's coming up here. Look at that. Oh, there's a cool moment where Sokka jumps up and down and screams, "Woohoo!" Would have been so Sokka. Look at that. The Heart State. Everything glowing. Missed. Oh, it was so good seeing this in the theater, I'll say that. Should be coming up soon. Zuko and Iroh. Ooh, that's scary. Would not want to be in that front of that wave. Or Prince of Egypt, like the waves. Did I miss it? Zuko and Iroh thing? Ooh, on this slow motion. Right there. Yeah, you can see him. Oof. Yeah, the ending wasn't bad. I think what they should have done was they should have, after everyone cheers, should have been a scene where it's the next day and there's a moment between Paku and Sokka and there's a moment between Zuko and Iroh, and then, of course, end movie right there. I think that's what I would have done. But, looks like I'm the only one in this chat. Oh well. Hey. Yeah, the score. What can I say? It's amazing. Oh, close up. Yeah, there are 4 deleted scenes here. One of them was there's this deleted ending, which is really, really cool. I think one of it was there's a Fire Nation soldier giving a report back to Ozai. And it's an interesting scene. Yeah. It's very interesting. Which shows sort of, I guess it's Ozai being angry without being angry. Because the way the Fire Nation soldier talks about it, he sort of is amazed by the Avatar, but it's an insult to Ozai. And he says something, okay, if you're so amazed with the Avatar, I'm gonna light this place on fire and you stop it. And I think I mentioned the shaman woman about the Earth Village, and then there's some extra battle scenes. Yeah, so it is pretty cool. That score. See, Gene Newton Howard, man, I think, come on now. Time for a sequel. Nope. No, not happening. That reaction's kind of weird. Oh, look. I think this should have been a post-credit scene, then that ending I said should have been right here. Of course, we see Azula. Yeah, it's not 3 years. I think it's like it was Summer's End, right? Yeah. Was it 3 months in the show? What's the comment? I forget. Yeah. I'm trying to think how much time between. Okay, I know season 2 takes place right after season 3 is a couple of weeks days. So yeah, it's Summer's End. It's pretty continuous. Oof. Not bad. The reaction. And that's the end of the movie. Oh my goodness. All right, there's a moment here in the credits, though. Yeah, we're seeing sort of this bending recap. Yeah, so Qatar is doing this cool water bending move, which would have been really cool in the apocrypha. I think that was supposed to be in the movie. It was cut out. Yeah. Yeah, so executive producers Michael Don DiMartino and Brian Knisco. Yeah, they discussed that in the podcast when I showed everyone. Philip Massimo, production designer. Interesting. So, I guess to wrap this up, closing thoughts. I don't think anyone showed up for this chat. Hey, it's okay. I think it was interesting to watch this movie. I think for me, the point. Turn this down a bit. I think for me personally, it's been interesting for M. Night Shyamalan, his career. It sucked. For me at the time, I thought this movie was pretty good. I think it could have been a lot better, I think. I was watching this film, I saw it twice in theater. There was a lot of people that walked out of this movie the second time around. Yeah. But I remember I was excited for this movie. Then I remember looking at the runtime. I was like, oh, that's not good. Because I was talking over with my brother about, okay, how long should this movie be? Because we're talking about what points do they need to hit? What points from the 20 episodes can they pull from to make this movie really full? And when I saw the runtime, 106 minutes, And I always wondered, man, this movie, it was weird because, the TV spots and trailers, and then there was lots that was cut out. I was like, this is weird. And I did YouTube about it years ago about why I like the movies. Hey, I deleted it. It's long gone. But someone reached out to me and gave me this video, the last Airbender special edition, and it's a really well done video. It's discusses everything that was cut out and what could have been. And it was interesting learning about it, and I think a lot of times for a lot of movies, when it's funny, and the creator of the show didn't want this movie to be made, but Avatar is on Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon is owned by Viacom. Paramount owns Viacom, so they're in charge of the show. And if they want to make a movie, that's their choice. And I think for most part, the creators offered their input, but it wasn't really respected. And I think for the most part, yeah, it just fell apart. I think for a lot of the movies, though, when these big tentpole movies, they're in charge of the budget. They're paying for the movie. So if the studio wants to do something to the movie and director doesn't like it, or doesn't really have a choice. I'm sure some directors isn't really. That's why a lot of small budget films, even though a lot of them aren't big budget, don't make a lot of money at the box office. The creative freedom is everywhere. Yeah. And the fact of the matter is, when it comes to making movies smaller and cutting costs for 3D, that's smart. But for M. Night Shyamalan, what's interesting, though, is just when you're in charge of adapting a wonderful, beloved animated show, low-learned anime, Asian culture, Asian cinema, and it tanked. There was a lot of upset fans, a lot of upset. I mean, it wasn't upset. I was just bummed that a lot of the stuff was cut out by, and of course, then and I did a movie with Will Smith and Jaden Smith, and Will Smith just come off of Men in Black 3, Jaden Smith crushing it for the Karate Kid. The movie called After Earth, which tanked hard. The movie was okay. There should have been more characters. I think the father son there was great, but it should have been more characters to really help influence that. There should have been more actors with Will Smith's side of the story and Jada, which would have been way better. But so you imagine failing twice like that. You work with one of the biggest movie stars in the world, that tanks. You work with this beloved animated show that defined a lot of people's childhood, tank. Yeah. Oh, the hate for him, that was just, oh my gosh, just yikes. It was horrible. It was bad. I was bummed out. I hope he bounced back. And I think, and I talked about it in a couple of interviews and commencement speeches and podcasts, which are really great. Yeah, he was pretty much an outcast in Hollywood, pretty much. And no one would let him make a movie. Yeah, nope, no one took chances of him, so he had to mortgage his own house to make his next movie, and I think he talked about it. It was an interview on The Verge where he talked about going back to basics. I thought that was smart because M. Night made his career off of thrillers. And going back to form, making a nice thriller called The Visit, which is a fantastic movie. It's like not found footage film, like a mockumentary, sort of. Catherine Hahn is fantastic. She's the heart of the movie when you think about it. But it was so well done. Had an amazing twist. And I remember he did a panel, one of Zach Levi's charity panels, Nerd Machine. And that was where people were going to bill him. And yet, everyone was respectful. Everyone was so nice. He did an interview on Seth Meyers, crushed it. It was hilarious, but the movie was great. He got decent reviews, made his money, and now he's back in the game. And then, of course, Split came along, which was a fantastic movie. James McAvoy. And this is how awesome, badass M. Night Shyamalan is. The whole twist, I'm going to make an original film. Boom, suckers. Guess what? It was a sequel the entire time. Come on. Along comes Glass. I like Glass. It was pretty good. Ending should have been a little bit different, but it made his money back. And then now he's working on a TV show, which is on its second season right now. And Universal gave him a 2-picture movie deal. So once this COVID thing passes, he has one film coming out, and then he's got another one. So I think failure, man. Most people will assume, M. Night sucks and never make another film again. But I think, he kept pushing, kept working at it, and at his low point, I can't imagine being an Indian American filmmaker. I mean, I'm sure there's Indian American filmmakers out there, but most not as well known as he is. And like you're trying to represent, and like you're like, but kept pushing, kept believing, and it's been really cool watching this rise back to form. It's fantastic. And a little fun fact, I think that these people, the Duffer Brothers, in a way confirmed it. I think it was on a podcast, but he worked on a show called Wayward Pines. And these two brothers and the Duffer Brothers were on the show. And I think they mentioned that if it wasn't for that show, Stranger Things wouldn't happen. Turn getting their foot in the door. So you could make the assumption that Stranger Things, M. Night sort of gave the Duffer Brothers a big break. From a certain point of view, you can watch interviews and the podcasts of Duffer Brothers. You can make the decision yourself. Oh, at the end of the credits here. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's for me, this point of doing this film, I think was sort of celebrating nostalgia of the show and anticipation for the movie. Understand there was a lot of flaws. The honest trailers pointed out, also, and CinemaWins as well. They did a better job explaining sort of what went wrong, and but also just the idea of failure and getting back on it, and also, and I was really impressed seeing M. Night Shyamalan grow as a filmmaker and learn from failure. And look, at the end of the day, I'm not trying to convince anyone. Say, please like this movie. I think it's just insight. I think it's interesting to look back and say, hey, this film is what it is. Sometimes a lot of films, creative integrity gets lost. Fantastic Four, Batman v Superman, Justice League. I think for Zack Snyder, he got a chance to really get back on there and really fulfill his vision. For Josh Trank, I think, that was one thing Louis got left by the wayside. But Josh was at a low point and he came back. And I think he's slowly on his way back. Chronicles was a great film. And I think, going back to the original point, just failure. Like I said, most people won't care to look at this stuff. I decide, hey, look into it and learn more about M. Night Shyamalan, just understanding the idea of failure. I think it's an important lesson. Face at your lowest point, how do you become your best self? There's a great moment in Korra where sometimes when we are at our lowest point, we are open to the greatest change. Excellent line. And look, and then for Mike and Bryan, they moved on. They've done Korra. The show is so beloved. The comics, live action adaptation, which I'm excited for. A lot of people worried about that. But I think you look at what Series Fortune Events did. But, oh yeah, Netflix, that was perfection. So, and Mike and Bryan are in charge. So they're going to make sure the effects, script, writing, settings, music's going to be good. They're 2-0 right now. 2 wins, 0 losses. So they're on top. And I think for M. Night in general, just, yeah, it's been really cool seeing M. Night's success again and watching interviews, podcasts, and yeah, it's been really cool. So I'll probably post them somewhere. But yeah, that's sort of the point, you know, what I make. I mean, maybe some people get some insight from this. Some people will think I'm out of my damn mind, whatever. But yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say. I'm gonna post some extra stuff if you're kind of curious. Hey, let's dig this movie. Obviously, there was supposed to be a sequel, never happened, and probably for the best. I don't think a sequel would have been good anyway. Yeah, I don't think a sequel would have been a good idea at this point. Yeah, but yeah, obviously it's not gonna happen though, because we got the live action Netflix stuff. So, but I'm glad that the actors went on to do good careers. I mean, Jackson did Twilight, Sean did some good stuff, Aasif, Cliff, um, Dev, Nicola did Transformers. So, but yeah, I mean Frank Marshall, Kathleen Kennedy, their careers, yeah, they're doing well. They're doing well. They're doing pretty well for themselves. Okay, yeah. And Andrew Lesney, rest in peace, got through the Hobbit movie, so it's like, what a way to end his career. Well, I don't want to be disrespectful, but yeah, I'm glad that what I meant to say is I'm glad Andrew Lesney got a chance to do the Hobbit movies before he passed. There you go. As for Noah Ringer, I hope he's doing well, and he's grown up a lot. You know, I'm sure he's doing well, kicking butt. And look, if Noah doesn't never does that movie again, he has to work at Harrison Ford. I mean, come on, that's pretty cool. And yeah, it's interesting. You know, it is interesting. But yeah, hopefully, if anyone's watching this, hopefully gets some insight from it. It could be a cost waste of time for some people. I'm glad I did it. I think it's good to revisit films and have an interesting discussion about it, especially years later. And you know, be nice in the comments. I think be nice in the comments. You know, and that's about it. I might do one for Clash of the Titans, Tangled, Tron. Clash of the Titans, Tangled, Tron. What else? Yeah, Narnia, Clash of Titans, Tron, and Tangled. Yeah, I'll do those. Because Tangled is 10 years old, Tron Legacy is 10 years old, Clash of Titans is 10 years old, and Narnia 3. Narnia Voyage Down Treader is 10 years old, 2010. So that'll be fun to do. So, yeah. But yeah, I think that's it. I think I want to post some interesting, cool videos and interviews, and I'll mention them and just get some insight into this movie. Now, of course, there's no reason. Most people say, "Why are you bothering this movie?" If you're still asking that, then you have not been paying attention at all. But yeah, that's it. I'm glad I did this. 2 hours in. Look forward to doing more of these. I'll probably do these 5 films, and that's it. I mean, I might do Super 8 next year, the 10th anniversary. Maybe Transformers 3, but I'll probably do Super 8. And that'll be it. So, yeah, all the best. Take care. Adios. Signing off. All right. But yeah, and watch the TV show. Watch the animated show. So good. 3 seasons of just Star Wars allegory gold and Lord of the Legend of Korra. Watch that too. And I hope that I have total faith that the live action Netflix adaptation will be epic and cinematic as ever, adding so much more to the universe. And I hopeful. So, all right. Thanks for watching. If anyone's watching, actually, if anyone does watch through all this, awesome. Thank you. And if someone leaves a decent enough comment, good for you too, or give you a prize or something. But yeah, I think the key is be nice in the comments, be respectful. Don't be mean. Let's be honest. 2020, we need to work on being better. But yeah, that's it. Yeah. But seriously, anyone who makes it through this whole thing, good for you. Like, yeah, seriously. 10 out of 10 Jeff Goldblum's thumbs up. Yeah. All right. I'm signing off. Good day. Excelsior.